Today's youth need teachers, volunteers, and most of all, well, they need you. I'm Doug Edwards, and I'm going to be talking with real youth mentors and students to give you the knowledge you need to be the best youth worker possible. This is Youth Worker on Fire. Hi, Youth Worker Nation. This is Doug Edwards, and I'm your host for Youth Worker on Fire. And today we have two of the softball players from Lake Sumter State College, and that is Madison and Brie. And so today we're going to ask you just about life and stuff. This is for people your age, or even juniors, seniors going into college. What do they want to do with their life? Coaching, teaching. I'm a youth pastor. Anyone working with students, volunteering. I had some great volunteers that volunteered, some of them for 25 years. Can you believe that?
Long time.
No, yeah, usually 18 months, a year, that's max for most people. So volunteer is a big deal too. And that's the world we're looking at. Your world, as well as teachers and coaches and people like myself are looking at this.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds good.
First of all, you're playing softball here, and you're both sophomores this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you were here last year too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about what's life been like with your parents, your family, your friends, schools.
Okay.
Just catch us up.
Yeah, no, very busy. I have a younger brother, and I was always involved with sports growing up, and my parents were always taking me to practices or anything, like events, and I was very busy with school as well, and just involved with the community, and staying busy with sports was something very big in my life that made a huge impact on where I am today as well. Obviously, I'm playing tennis softball, so I've been playing for 15 years now, so definitely sports was big for me.
You said you volunteered at the community. Is that right? Or community?
Yeah, I volunteered.
Okay, what did you do?
I did Miracle League. I have my younger brother is autistic, so we were very involved with helping kids with disabilities. So that was always kept me busy.
How severe is his autism?
On the spectrum, he's learning his ABCs. He just turned 18, so I mean he's still in school, but he's progressing, so it's good. You
love him a lot, don't you?
I do. Yeah, it's taught me a lot about patience and helped me with life roles and stuff too.
Yeah.
So responsibilities.
How's that worked for your parents? There's two of you, you and your brother. Is that right? And so, how has that affected them?
Definitely.
What have you seen in their life?
Yeah, definitely taught them patience as well. My mom's a little more patient than my dad, but they've been a big help with him, and I help a lot as well with raising him and just getting him ready for daily activities such as brushing his teeth or getting him ready for school. And they both play different roles in his life. Like my dad is the one that takes him to school, picks him up from school. My mom might cook him dinner or something. So different roles. But
so you were a second mommy.
Yeah. To
him.
If my parents were working, they worked different shifts to be able to someone to be home with them all the time.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you one more question, then we're going to go to Brie on this same question, and that is, and this is for others. This isn't, I don't know if your parents ever hear this, and so, but was there times that was just you're going, why me? Why is my brother going through this? What kind of questions have you had over the years, and how did you come to some conclusions? And maybe you didn't come to conclusions in certain things.
I mean, I sure have been in the times where it said, why me? But I've kind of just looked back and been so grateful and kind of, why not me? Because, I mean, without my brother, I don't know, he's taught me so much about life. So it's kind of a why not me question. So I am grateful for everything, and that's kind of how I've tried to look at it. And if I was in a time of questioning things and stuff, or just frustrated at times, I kind of turned it around and said, why not me?
That is a great perspective.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have that perspective. Well, let's go to Brie for a minute. Brie, catch us up.
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I came here at Lake Sumter to play softball. Pretty much softball's been my whole entire life. I haven't really known anything else besides just softball in school.
What year did you start? I mean, how long ago? How many years you played?
It's been 8 years. 8 years since I started.
Okay.
it's been everything for me and my family. So they come out and support me as much as they can.
That's awesome.
I'm a mama's girl, so she always comes out whenever.
Mama's girl. So tell me, siblings, did you say?
Nope, I'm an only child.
You're the only child.
Only child.
Okay, and so
she's actually was my roommate last year, so she knows about patience. So
it is different being an only child, isn't
Only
it?
child syndrome.
Did you ever wish you had siblings?
I definitely do. I definitely wish I had a couple siblings, but I love being an only child. That's all I've ever known, so I don't know what I would do if I had to share or had a sibling. I know it teach me a lot of patience and understand a lot, but at the same time, like my softball team is like my family.
And how's it been rooming with Madison? And tell me how that stretched you.
She definitely kept me in my place, and she told me things that a sister should be telling me, as I didn't have that. So certain things that I didn't know when I lived alone that I couldn't do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she taught me a lot about like living situations
And
and
you
life
gained
situations.
a sister too,
Of
you know.
course,
Yeah, yeah. Now, what does your mom do again?
She is she works from home. She works for a nursing company, and she codes bills.
Okay. And dad?
He works at CSX,
Uh-huh.
the railroad company, and he does printing there.
Okay. How did you end up getting on Lake Sumter State's team?
We were both recruited by Jill Cemento, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I remember Jill.
The previous coach.
Yes.
And she decided that the best thing was for her to move on with her career. So we got Coach Jay Miller, and he's been the best thing that's happened to this program.
Tell me about Coach Jay and Coach Miller. You start and then you tell me, and tell me about all these different coaches you've had over the years. Tell me how he measures up. He'll never see this, unless you want him to. If it's really good, he might.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a very caring person. A lot of coaches, they're more about softball, and that's it. And he gets more deep into it, and he actually genuinely cares about the person and his team and wants the best for them no matter what. And he's just a hardworking person, so like it's a good role model for have someone, because he played sports as well, and like to keep looking out and seeing that as much as he did and the way he's trying to put back like towards us, like we appreciate it a lot.
Tell me what your take is on Coach Miller.
Oh, he's a great coach. He, like she said, he's very caring, and he does look at different aspects than just softball. He really tries to incorporate life skills, and one of his main goals is just to improve us as people and help us move on and get our education here at Lake Sumter. So he doesn't just focus on the softball aspect, he also focuses on who we are as people and helping us out a lot.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And listen, male coach though, okay? And so, and I've known a lot of male coaches that are coaching lady sports, okay? A good coach is a good coach. You want a good coach, you don't care if it's female, male.
Yeah.
But tell me the challenges of having a male coach and the challenges of having a female coach.
Yeah, I've had a few female coaches and just playing in the past, and I would prefer a male coach actually, because female coaches I've noticed seem to be a lot more bossy.
Oh.
And male coaches, they don't really cross that line in a sense. They kind of just yell, and I'd rather have someone just get in my face and yell at me rather than be bossy and tell me what to do every second. So I would prefer a male coach, and Coach Miller is perfect. He plays a perfect role, so
Yeah.
very good.
And for those teachers and coaches that are watching, or teachers and youth pastors, volunteers, he gets in your face and yells. Now, I understand that. I mean, coaches,
Yeah.
they do. That's the intensity of the game.
Sure.
And you as athletes are used to that, and part of that's motivational for you. But to someone who's a non-athlete going, that guy yells at you? What is that all about, you know?
Yeah.
So tell me how that, how did you grow up understanding that that's part of the game? And how does that affect you?
Yeah, my dad was in the Army, so I was kind of used to the tough aspect of get down, give me 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
But just knowing, like, sure, you might have messed up, so, like, you're going to pay for your consequences, and you may get yelled at. If you make an error in the field, you're not necessarily going to get screamed at. But just know, like, you made your mistakes, so next time that you get a play like that, just do it right. Do it correctly. So it's, you might get yelled at a few times, but you learn from it. It's really a learning experience. So.
Yeah. Well, Brie, give me your take. Male coach, female coach, what's the difference?
I'm more for a male coach. I've had one female coach, and she's a phenomenal coach. I just prefer a male coach because I feel I like the strong male feature as my coach. I love female coaches. I'd rather have someone tell me how it is, and I feel like sometimes women like to sugarcoat things, and I like it how it is, and I like the structure of like our practices and stuff like that, and I feel like it would be extremely different. But on the softball team, we actually have a female coach. She's a pitching coach.
Okay.
So
okay.
we
have a
we
balance.
We have a balance, and we love it. We have two guys and one female,
Okay.
and it's
okay.
awesome. We love it.
Now, here's what everybody really wants to know, okay? What was your worst moment in life? Doesn't have to be softball, doesn't have to be sports, could be. But what in your life history has been, and this is because people relate with your worst moment more than they do your best moment. I mean, across the board, we all do, you know?
Sure.
And so what was your worst moment that you can share in life?
Last year, I went through some. My boyfriend at the time got in a car accident and passed away, unfortunately. So
Oh, wow.
I dealt with a lot of emotional things that she helped me with. So I appreciate that, and just learning and coming to college and learning that everything you're gonna make mistakes, and it's okay to fail and keep going, because you have people there that care about you and that are gonna want to see you succeed and push you to succeed. So.
All right, Madison?
I'd say one of the hardest times I've been through was my death of my cousin. Had passed away unexpected, and she's in Ohio. All my family's in Ohio. Big Buckeye fan, so go Buckeyes.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
But,
Edit that out. All right, no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, she had passed away unexpectedly, and it was very hard on our family. It kind of changed family dynamics. But I dealt with the grieving process for a while, and it took me a while to.
How old were you, and how old was she?
I was 16 and she was 28. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it was tough. We were very close, so it was really tough for me. But it took a while. But I just went through the grieving process and get past it eventually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What would you tell somebody that's gone through what you girls have gone through? What would you tell people? Because here's what happens, and I've done some studies on this, and I've had to talk with students when their parents have died. I've had to tell them sometimes I did not want to do that their parent had died. I've had to watch students die, and so I've been through some of that,
Yeah.
you know, and some of them see the different sides of that. But I heard someone that was in the Boston Marathon when the bomb went off, and we'll go through that sometime. So she said something about what friends say when you go through horrible times, and she says, "Friends, just shut up." So tell me what people said that really you wish they hadn't said. What would you tell people that their friends going through grief like you went through?
Something a friend said to me that really made an impact was, it doesn't always get better. You kind of just get used to it. That made an impact on me, and it really made me put things into perspective. Like, yes, I'm not going to expect results tomorrow to like, oh, everything's better like that. I did get used to it, but it just took time. And then eventually things did get better. So
What are some of the stupid things people say when you're going through grief?
just get over it. You know, someone to say something like that. Maybe they have never been through grief and they might think that is something you say, but
Yeah.
no, don't say that. Definitely. So,
Right,
yeah.
exactly, right? Yeah, what about you, Brie? What are some stupid things people would say when you're going through that? And hold the mic up a little bit. There you go.
Pretty much just asking, are you okay, a lot. And knowing that you just went through grief, knowing that you're not okay, and it's okay not to be okay. Just like asking a lot of questions about the situation and going over it multiple times. So
Yeah, and you're trying to be polite, probably. And,
Oh, yeah.
and what do you think they should have done?
just be there if I needed, like if instead of just asking questions, just be like, I'm here to talk if you want to talk, and that kind of thing. So
The girl from the Boston Marathon said, "My best friend is no longer my best friend because she said something stupid when I was going through grief." Isn't that something? So you girls are, that's why I wanted to hear what you had to say there, because you understand that. You understand loss, and people need to understand. Teachers need to understand it. Coaches, youth pastors, volunteers. We don't. I mean, unless we go through it with you, unless we learn from mistakes ourselves and that sort of thing. So tell me your best moment in life.
My best moment was actually, my last year was bad moments, and I had good moments. And my good moments was I've never got an award for anything my entire career, and I ended up making a couple good awards from softball. So
That's awesome. What were the awards? Can you tell me?
I made first team all conference and second team all region, and I broke the home run record here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's crazy good.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. So that's your best moment in life, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you, Madison?
Oh my goodness, a lot to choose from.
Well, give me a couple. Start with the best first.
One that sticks out to me is my junior year. I come back from my second knee surgery, and it was I came back in my first at bat, first inning, first pitch, first game of the year. I'd hit a home run. So it was kind of like I just came back from knee surgery. Like I just hope I can do well. Like I'm leading off, and I was able to hit a home run. So I mean, it was very exciting, and just to see how far I came from my second knee surgery. So to that point in life.
Now, already teachers watching this and people who are not in sports are going, why did she ever play again? She just had 2 knee surgeries. What is that? She's crazy.
Yeah.
She should stop.
Yeah.
So tell me why you can't stop.
Oh, gosh. I've been playing for 15 years, so it's like, what's life without softball? I don't really know. Even just taking 6 months off from knee surgery, I felt I was bored. I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't have practice to go to every night. I don't have pitching lessons, so I'd be lost without softball.
And you have to be highly competitive.
Yes.
So as part of that competitive thing, how hard were those knee surgeries?
It was tough because I kind of.
And when you say tough, tell me what that means. Pain level, scale 1 to 10.
It was a 10 for sure. Yeah, tearing my knee and then tearing it again. So it was painful for sure. It was tough being on bed rest and seeing my teammates as they're out at practice getting better, and I'm just sitting in bed, icing my knee and stuff. So it was like, I want to be out there. I want to be getting better, improving myself and helping the team. So it was tough in that ways for sure.
Yeah, there's something about that competitive spirit, and everybody doesn't get that. I mean, most people don't get that, okay? I tell the baseball guys, because I get to talk to them a lot, and that is, you're like 0.00001% of the entire nation that ever gets to play at all, and then now you're on the college level. Yeah. And so this is a whole, it doesn't matter if it's a state college. Some people go, well, it's just no, what are you talking about? It's college, there's life after high school, know?
Yeah.
And here we are.
Definitely, yeah. Grateful for that, though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Any injuries, Brie?
I'm a catcher, so I will always have injuries.
Yeah, there you go. You're okay. Yes, you will.
So about 4 or 5 years ago, I got hit in my eye.
Oh.
And it's a little traumatic, but that's why I'm behind the plate, so that's what I'm good at. So I'm okay with it. I just have really, really old knees now.
Yeah, very young with old knees because you're always down there, right?
So, but besides that, I've been very lucky not to have any traumatic injuries.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good. Tell me that one person in your life that just kind of ignited you.
It's definitely either my coach or my team. I was troubled last year, just coming into college, not getting into the groove to everything, and thinking that I could.
Freshman year's hard anyway.
Oh yeah. So, and it was especially hard for me because everyone on the team had siblings, and I was the only one that didn't know certain things. So I definitely got a wake up call. So I definitely appreciate it, and I needed that. Like I needed to be that. And this year, having people accept me and teach me, and I love it. It's definitely hard for especially a coach or a team to get used to people because normally we're in and out. It's either we're here for a year or we're here for 2.
Right.
And it's kind of in and out, and it's hard to care for someone. But this year we're definitely a lot stronger, so as a team.
Very good. What about you, Madison? Any one person that just kind of
Sticks out.
Yeah.
I had a Little League coach, and was also my best friend's dad. He made a big impact on me. He kind of made me a pitcher, which is where I play. He just making him proud, and I know he's very proud of me. And just being able to like text him maybe after a game or something, and let him know how I did, and he gets really excited for me and everything. So it's making him proud really stands out for me.
Yeah, we need somebody that we feel that we look up to that is proud of us.
Yes.
You know.
And it feels good too.
Yeah,
so.
it feels good. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So you guys are really a team. This is team right here. You're a catcher and a pitcher, so you spend more time together than most people.
Yes.
And on the team, and your relationship, you're having to eyeball each other all the time, and so now you live together.
Yeah.
You're intense together
Yeah.
on the field. Can you even tell others what the difference in this dynamic is than the rest of the team from experience?
Sure. I mean, living together and being on the field, you're with each other 24/7. And we did butt heads a couple times for sure. I mean, how could you not when you're with that? We lived in the same room too. So it was like we're next to each other 24/7. But we both grew as people. And so we both have a good relationship, especially on the field, and have a good connection with the pitcher-catcher relationship as well.
What could you say to other pitchers and catchers? What would you say to them as far as really relating? You're on the college level, so if you're talking to high schoolers, how do you really work together? I mean, this is a mental dynamic, not just a physical dynamic of pitching and catching, right?
Yeah.
And it's an emotional dynamic, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
You are the main encouragers. You got coach over here, but you guys have the connection. You're in the middle of the war.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would just say be on the same page, and if you don't agree with something, like mention it. But also be leaders on the field, both of you, especially as a catcher. They're always relaying where the play is or what the play is. So being a leader, and then the pitcher can also repeat what the pitcher is saying, because that's their job. So definitely be on the same page all the time and be leaders. Definitely.
How good are you?
I would say I'm a pretty good leader, especially when I'm in the circle. So
Oh, how good a pitcher are you? I know you're a good leader. I can tell. I'm from what you're saying and the fact that you're here. So tell me about your pitching. What set you above the rest in your high school that got you to this level?
Yeah, high school is good for me, softball wise. So pitching, I beat out the senior pitcher my freshman year. So like that was a big goal for me, and that was my goal from the beginning. I wanted to be the number one pitcher.
You were not liked by seniors that year, were you?
No. So it was definitely a goal, and very competitive in that aspect. And definitely, I enjoy pitching a lot. I love being in the circle and always having the ball in my hands and almost being in control at that point during the game. So, and it makes you a better leader off the field as well, because you're always in control. You're in that circle, like you are relaying the message to the team. So. If
you could straighten your coaches, professors out, what do you wish you could tell them that you can't?
Yes.
What do you wish you could tell them to do to ignite you as a student?
I wish I could tell them to be more understanding of a student-athlete's schedule, because it is very busy. You are gone sometimes from 6 a.m. in the morning to 12 at night because you're on the road or something. And of course, you try and get your homework done, study for tests ahead of time, but it's always not that easy, especially when you got deadlines to make. So I just say I wish they could be more understanding at a point. But
do you have some professors that were in sports and they do get it?
Yes, I have. Especially in high school, I had teachers that were more understanding in an aspect. They were saying like, okay, like let us know ahead of time, like a test is coming, like study now because you're going to be on the road. You're going to have games, 3 or 4 games a week, so start studying now because the test is coming up. Or here's a study guide, like study, this is what's going to be on the test, study this.
Yeah, they're in your corner. That's good.
Which helps a lot.
Can professors do that in a college level?
There's definitely professors that do work with athletes here, but sometimes they see it as they're a regular student, so they should be treated like a regular student, and we're not a regular student in the aspect of we are students, but we have a different type of role that we have to do, and academics are always first for us. So we, as a student athlete, we know if we don't do something, it is on us. And the fact that if we don't do our homework, we know it's not going to get graded. So we know the consequences if we don't do the homework. So we kind of just got used to it if the teacher was with us or if they weren't. So we just kind of adjusted to the teacher. But at the same time, some people take advantage of, they like student athletes, so we don't really have to do much in here. So it kind of works both ways.
Okay, so some are very lenient on you because they know the pressures you're under. Mm-hmm. And some are very hard on you. Have any of them been very blatant about, this is an academic world and if you're playing sports, well, so what? You ever had any to actually blatantly be that way?
I've had a couple in high school, but
nothing here?
No.
I mean,
it's like a little bit so-so. It's not like you're an athlete, I'm not going to work with you. It's kind of in between. Like we have certain expectations, and if we don't meet them, there's not much we can do or they can do. So it's kind of, that's the responsibility. Yeah.
What would you tell them to do if you could? Something maybe you can't, that to change, to ignite you as a student, to make you just, man, I'm gonna nail this class because, man, that professor, she has sold me. Something.
Just to be patient and to talk more to us about like certain things, like tests especially. I know we're in a math class and we love the test reviews because it helps out so much. So just more of that kind of things and like understanding that we're on a tight schedule, but we make time for it because we have to. So just be a little bit more lenient and understanding.
Now, I don't even know if this is there's any possible answer to this, but what's the difference between girl athletes and guy athletes?
We're definitely more competitive. I definitely think so.
Really? You think the guys would agree with that?
They're always going to disagree, but softball is definitely more. We like to win.
Give you the mic too. You guys talk together about that. Tell me about.
I think we can be more aggressive because girls can go at it for sure, and more bossy. We have more attitudes, so be a good thing and a bad thing.
We definitely like to win. So if there's any competition, we like to win. So
What's been the biggest moment of just gelling? Your team has just gelled together on the field, and it was amazing. You couldn't believe it even happened. And
sure, yeah. I mean, you meet these people at the beginning of the year, and then you play with them the rest of the year, so you really get to know a person throughout the year as well. And at the beginning, it's you just you're getting to know people, so it can be uncomfortable at times, but it can be hard, definitely gelling on the team.
yeah, it's definitely hard to understand certain people and like where they come from because everyone on our team are from different areas, and certain things that are okay there aren't here. So especially from moving to high school to college, you have to grow up a lot. Yes. And that's a big struggle for us as a team is to grow up a little bit.
This fall time is great because you're really not going to see the gel of the team until probably January, first few games, right? Mm-hmm. But has there been that one time here already that it was like, whoa, we're working?
I would say when we played in the Clearwater tournament.
Yeah, and we played Florida Southwestern, and they're ranked, I think, 3 or 4 in the country. Mm-hmm. So we beat them. So as a team, we kind of opened our eyes and we're like, this is going to work. Everything's going to work together.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
What does it feel like?
Feels good. I mean, we struggled last year, so this year we're hoping for a better spring, and our goal is to make it to state. So just having good team chemistry and evolving also into spring. Just hope for a good spring and that everybody can get along and we just win more games, definitely.
Last question. You're in an alternate world. This is going to be a crazy question, okay? You're in an alternate world. You've got all your needs met, but it's like another parallel world, all right? But you don't know anyone. No one knows you're a softball player, okay? But you've got $500, you've got a computer, and all the rest of your needs are met. So what would you do to gain friends and to introduce the game of softball? Because in this world, there's no game of softball.
I love talking to people, strangers or anybody. I love getting to know a person, where they're from, what they do, where they're in school, what they went to school for. So join a group. I don't even know, like go somewhere, just meet people and then start talking to them about sports in a sense. And then eventually start a softball team or something.
I mean, I would definitely agree with Madison. I don't really know what I would do. I would hope that my friends would know about softball, so it'd be a little bit easier, because I'm not the type of person that knows how to teach softball. So hopefully they know about softball. If not, then we'd have to go on a different path and worry about what else our friendship would be about.
Yeah.
I lied. It's not your last question. So anyway, the reason I'm saying that is just, do you guys go to FCA? I don't know if you do. Do you? Tell me about Fellowship of Christian Athletes, where that started in your life, and how does it help you here?
I think it's a great organization, and I think more people should go to it. But it really keeps you in line, I think, and just bring you back to like earth, and just think like you may have all these problems in life, but if you just reach out, and there's also other people in FCA that can help you, or just anybody, or the message that is being told in FCA that night can help anyone, and it can touch people in different ways, definitely.
That's it for this episode, Youth Worker Nation. Tune in next time on Youth Worker on Fire.